Hey guys, this is the Regular Guy channel, and this is going to be an introductory video to why I'm making these videos. So this is my first one. I'm Hunter, by the way. Just to give you guys a heads up of why I'm making these videos. There is somebody that I was looking to figure out how stocks, how the markets, how bonds, how different commodities worked. And I had no clue what I was doing when I first started. So the first thing that I thought of was to look at YouTube videos and find people making YouTube videos who knew what they were talking about. That way I could learn watching those YouTube videos. And 5 years later, after probably, if I'm gonna guess, 5,000 to 10,000 hours of watching YouTube videos and learning as much as I could, I think that I have the level of understanding to be able to start teaching other people and do the same for those who have no clue about anything market related or anything about the economy who might want to learn. So basically, I'm going to give a little introduction of how I got started in the markets, and I'm going to bring up some of my failures, and I'm going to bring up some of the things I've learned, and it might help somebody who is in the same boat that I was in 5 years ago before COVID hit in around 2018 and 19. So I first started trading for the first time ever in 2018. At that time, I had no clue what I was doing. I had friends and people around me who claimed that they knew what they were doing and that they could make me some money. So there was one friend I had back in college at the U of A who was one of my best friends at the time, and he said, "Hey, Hunter, I know a lot about the foreign exchange market. I could probably turn 2,000 of your dollars into 10 in a week." When he said that, my brain lit up, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's cool. And so before I handed him the money, I wanted him to prove to me that he knew what he was doing and that he wasn't just making this up, because 2,000 is a decent amount to just give somebody else. So as he was showing me all of his research and all of the stuff that he had done with the demo account on the foreign exchange, I was paying attention, but I still had no clue what he was telling me. However, it looked legit, and it seemed as if he knew what he was doing. So I trusted him. I gave him the $2,000. We put it under my name. I created the account, but I allowed him to do all the transactions and all the trading for me. He did not have any money at the time, but he swore that he knew what he was doing and that he could make me a bunch. So I believed him, and as he started trading a couple times, I started to notice that the currencies he was picking, going up and down on the foreign exchange, within a couple hours of him placing a trade, he would lose maybe 100 or 150 bucks. So having 2,000 in the account, I wasn't worried about him losing one or two trades, but I was trying to pay attention and learn as much as I could while he was trading. I think about 15 or 20 trades later, I had $75 in the account left, and I realized that he had no clue what he was doing. So he had already lost 1,925 of those dollars. So for me, because it was my account and I had the password to it, I never told him what the password was. So I changed the password to lock him out, and I found an app online on my phone that I could do the same trades on. And that night that I realized I only had 75 left, 3 days later, I was sitting in a hammock placing my own trades. The first trade I made, I think I made about 3 cents, but I made 3 cents in about 10 seconds. So I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I'm sitting on a hammock and I'm making money by doing nothing, just clicking buttons. So after about a couple hours of me learning more and more and more about what I was doing, I started to get a little bit riskier. And within 5 hours, I remembered, I timed myself, 5 hours from the start of trading, I had about 30 trades plus that were in the positive, that were in the green. And I was thinking to myself, okay, I know what I'm doing now. So I started to make $1, I started to make $5, I started to make $10 on the trades. And by 5 hours later, the 75 that I had in the account turned into $600. So I realized this is a game changer. I thought you had to work hard for your money, and I thought there was no way that people could make money like this. I thought it was all fake online on those videos, but that is what got my interest into the markets. So, the sad part about that day was I woke up the next morning, I don't know, 9 hours later, and I immediately jumped onto the app to see where my account balance was at, and there was one trade that I placed overnight, and I never used any stop losses, and I also thought that, okay, it's going negative, but so far all of my trades have been in the positive. So I woke up and the 600 that I had in the account had dropped. Howdy, Mark.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing?
Howdy, howdy.